everyone, Phoenix Knight here. Welcome to the channel, and welcome to a new playthrough on the channel. We couldn't stop Metaldawn last week, and we're going to put the wargames on the back burner for this month, at least from the TAC-UP wargaming list. After playing 5 of them in the month, we can let up on the gas a bit on the list. And I talk more about those videos, about those games in my end of month recap for February. Anyway, let's start March with an oldie but a goodie as we play Gaia Project from Purland Spiel. Our objective in this game is to colonize planets in the Terra Mystica universe and build up our civilization with the goal of having the most victory points at the end of the game. I featured this one on the channel twice before, but both of those were Sunday games. This is the first time we're featuring Gaia Project on a weeknight video. I think Gaia Project will work as a weeknight video, but we're going to feature it on the channel this week and find out for sure. With that, let's work our way over to the board, and we'll start with the faction I'm playing today. We're playing the Xenos today in yellow. Their home planet is the desert planet, the Yellow Worlds. Special ability for them, they start one up. Actually, they have 2 special abilities. First, they start up 1 on the Artificial Intelligence track, which is why they have 2 QIC cubes. They have 1 here, plus the first level on the Artificial Intelligence track gives them another 1. As far as their Planetary Institute power, they only need 6 power from... they only need 6 power to form a federation, and... what looks like, is that an income? That is an income, actually, to give them a QIC on their Planetary Institute power when they get that on the board. So that actually makes getting the Planetary Institute out early even more appealing than usual, but I'm getting a little bit ahead of myself on that. So let's go move over to our now familiar opponent next. Our familiar opponent is going to be the Taklons. For those of you who don't know, we're going to be using the Automa deck here, using an Automa deck that we construct to determine what actions they're taking. They don't gain anything as normal as we will throughout the game. And then when the faction action card comes up, they'll be placing a mine, then taking a QIC action based on the numbered selection on the support card, and 2 points for victory points. Tiebreaker for them when they're within range 3 is they take the shortest distance to one of my planets. So they'll be looking to crowd us in over the course of the game. So now let's go ahead and take a look at the at the research tracks and see what our tiles are. We've also, in addition to the victory point tracker here, you can see I start off at 10. The Automa is going to start off at 0 because we'll be playing on the easiest difficulty once again. You can see that I do start up 1 level on the AI track. I'll be doing everything in yellow today. So let's go ahead and take a look at our research track. At the top of the terraforming track today, I'll bring this in a little bit closer so you can see. But we have 7 victory points and 2 ore as our Federation token up there. So now working from left to right, we'll take a look at the advanced tech tiles. To be able to take one of these, you have to be on level 4 or 5 and be able to gain a tech token, plus you have to have a Federation token to exhaust to be able to take that, and a basic tech tile to cover over the top of that. So at the top of the terraforming track we have, every time you pass, you get 3 victory points per research lab you have out on the board. Then toward the top of the navigation track, I should get the Lost Planet there as well. I'll explain what the Lost Planet does after I reveal the tech tile here. When you take it, you get 2 victory points per sector you've colonized. Now, the Lost Planet is based... when you get to the top of the navigation track, you get to take the Lost Planet token and place it anywhere on the board. We'll see more about where I've got. And it can count... you can build a mine on it, but you can't upgrade that mine. So that is something to be careful of. Then at the top of the Artificial Intelligence track, when you take this, you get 1 ore per sector you've colonized. At the top of the Gaia Project track, when you take it, you get 5 points per Federation token you have. At the top of the Economy track, 2 victory points every time you advance on a research track. Probably not that useful in truth. Then at the top of the knowledge track, when you take it, you get 4 victory points per trading station you have. Then we'll look at the basic tech tiles. So for these 6, if you take these tech tiles when you're able to take a tech tile, you can only advance on that track. So at the bottom of the terraforming track we find, as I drop it, a knowledge and an income and a credit during the income phase. I don't like that being placed there. And I'll talk about why I don't like it being placed there when we move over to the board. At the bottom of the navigation track, a knowledge or in charge of power on income phase. I don't mind that as much. On the Gaia Project, on the artificial intelligence track, special action to charge 4 power. Don't love that either. The bottom of the Gaia Project track, planetary institutes and academies count for 4 power when forming federations. Not too sure about that one either. Then looking at the economy track, 1 knowledge per planetary type you've colonized when you take it. And at the bottom of the knowledge track, every time you put a mine on a Gaia planet, you get 3 victory points. Not sure I like that either, but I'll explain more when we move over to the board. It'll probably make more sense then. And then if you take from these 3 tiles, you can actually advance on any track. So first on that stack, or on that group, straight 7 victory points, which might be worth grabbing later in the game. Then 4 credits on the income phase, and a one-time or in a QIC when you take it. So let's go ahead and look at our round boosters while we're right here. So first up, you get 2 credits and the QIC cube during the income phase. Then you charge 4 power on the income phase and gain 4 victory points for every planetary institute or academy you have out. 4 credits on the income phase and 1 victory point per Gaia planet you colonize when you pass. 3 victory points per academy per research lab when you pass, and a knowledge on the income phase. And our last booster, 2 credits on income phase, and once per round you can take a build a mine action with a free terraforming step, which I'm not completely sure we'll need, but again, more on that later. We can also earn victory points during the game for certain certain actions. So let's move over to that side of the board next, and we'll take a look at both those, and our final scoring tiles. We'll take a look at our round scoring tiles first. For purposes of scoring, our dummy player will be in gray. So for round 1, we get 5 points if we can get a planetary institute or an academy out, which might be tempting, but we'll see about that. Next up, 2 victory points per terraforming step you find. I did forget to mention on the first round scoring tile, the Automa will get no victory points. They'll get 4 this round. Round 3, 2 points per mine you put out, and the Automa will get 4 victory points for that. Then round 4, 3 victory points per trading station you put out, and the Automa will get 6. Round 5, 2 victory points every time you advance on a track. 4 victory points for the Automa when they pass in round 5. That's probably how I'll do it. Then round 6, 4 victory points per Gaia planet you put a mine on. So that could be something later that'll be something late in the game. But let's look at our final scoring tiles. Most planetary types you've colonized, and the Automa the dummy player will start at 5. And most structures in the dummy player will start at 11. So we can go ahead and mark off the home planets as well for 1 and 1. I'll just make that a little easier to track. But now we're all set on the scoring stuff, so let's move over to the board and see what we're dealing with. So the map does look a little bit different. I'm actually using a randomized setup for the first time. The last 2 times I featured this game on the channel, I used the default setup as set up in the rule book. So here we've got the Taklons over here with one of their mines, and they've got the other mine over here. Now, I do start off with 3 mines, and I don't know if I mentioned that or not. I might not have. I picked this mine in particular because I was figuring I was going to cycle a lot of power when the Automa does a lot of their upgrades. This one I figured it'd be easier to grab this planet, and that plays into a longer-term strategy I have where a lot of these planets right here, there's 2 Transdim planets, there's the purple ones, and 3 Gaia planets within reach. Plus there's another Transdim planet down here. And then this 3rd mine is actually right near another Transdim planet. Plus I can go grab my homeworld over here. So that's actually making me very tempted to deploy a Gaia Project strategy. But we'll see how that unfolds in the game. So the last things we need to do are assign round boosters. So we'll start off with the Automa. Give this a shuffle and a cut. And they will take the second booster from the left. So they'll take the 4 victory points and cycle 4 power. Then I'll go ahead and build the Automa deck. I'll do that real quick, mostly to give me some time to think what booster I want to start the game with. I believe chip 2 comes out. Okay, so we'll give the reserve a shuffle. What do I want for... Unfortunately, I'm going to need a lot of QIC cubes, but there's definitely an argument to be made to race my Planetary Institute out as fast as I can. So there's the reserve. I'll put that over there. And we'll shuffle these up. But there's definitely an argument to be made to get my Planetary Institute out, just so I can start getting QIC cubes during the income phase, because I'm definitely going to need a lot of QIC cubes if I'm planning on employing a Gaia Project strategy in this game. But just because all those Gaia planets are actually very tempting targets, they'll be more tempting later in the game most likely, but... Turn those, I believe it's 3. It's 2 in Terra Mystica. I think it's 3 in Gaia Project. Yes, turn the 3 bottommost cards. Okay. So that brings me back to the question of what do I want to take for a first round booster? I think I will take the 2 credits and a QIC on income phase. So now I've got to, like I said, now I need to figure out what kind of strategy I'm going to deploy. But we're all set to go, so let's go ahead and get into the first round of the game with our first income phase. Our first income phase, we'll get 2, actually 3 ores, so we'll go up to 7. 1 knowledge, 2 credits, and a QIC cube. So let's tip back up to the board and see what we're doing. There's definitely an argument to be made to go get my Planetary Institute out right away. I could also go grab this world right away before they do anything cute with it. I'd basically run myself down to 1 ore if I did that. So, well, I'd run myself down to 1 ore trying to get the Planetary Institute out, and I'd empty myself out with 1 more mine, but I think that's probably still worth it, though. So I think we are Plus, that's one terraforming step away for them, so that could be a problem. But, yeah, so I think we'll spend 2 credits, 1 ore, and a QIC cube to be able to reach this home world, and we'll place a mine out here. So now the first action for the Automa, this will be the support card. This is the actual action card. So they're building a mine. They want to get to a new planetary type if they can, within range 2, directional selection coming down from the board. So they actually do have an adjacent planet. Actually, let me look at the tiebreakers, because I've always played looking at range very first, but it looks like... Okay, so faction action tiebreaker, if it's built by a faction action, which it's not. Final scoring tile tiebreaker, so trying to get to a new planet. Planet of the type they haven't colonized yet. So where can they build? So they're building up to range 2. So they could build... Oop. Come on. Jeez. Here, here, here. Or potentially here, or here. Transdim planets always take 2 terraforming steps, I believe. Yep, Transdim requires 2. So I think for them... Yeah, I didn't see anything in here. Alright, final scoring... So they're trying to build on a planet type they haven't gotten to yet. Actually, I think... Yeah, it's not saying anything about the range, potentially. So, yeah, I'm not... So I guess range isn't a thing in this game. I always thought it was, but... Okay, so they don't have anything in range that takes 1 terraforming step. Anything that takes 2 rules out these, and these. Okay, so that's everything that takes 2 terraforming steps. Directional selection was coming down from the top of the board, so they build here. And they're all planetary types that they haven't gotten to yet. So they'll build a mine on this orange planet, which will give them 2 on the planetary types built. And the Automa gets 1 victory point, so they're up. So they're on the board with 1. My turn. Well, and I couldn't cycle any power off of that because I don't have a mine in range. So I think I actually will take the strategy of getting my Planetary Institute out, just because I'm going to need a lot of QIC cubes if I'm going to deploy a Gaia Project strategy. So I do want to get as many. So I'm at 3. So we're tied at 3 right now. Do I want to put that Gaia Project strategy in motion now? I do at least want to think about it. So let's actually go ahead and spend 3 credits and 2 ore. I'll upgrade this mine to a trading station. And then the Automa is at a point right now. I'll put that in the discard pile there. They're into the perpendicular section of the deck already, where they're potentially passing to end the round. They are passing to end the round, so they'll take the middle booster. Oop. Return this one. And then we'll rebuild the deck. They will also be claiming first player away from me. Okay. So now I've got free reign. What do I want to do with that free reign? Next round's all about taking terraforming steps, but I don't think I'm going to be doing too much with terraforming steps in all honesty. Let's see, 6 and 4 to get the 6 and 4 to get the Planetary Institute out, and that would be 5 victory points right now. Plus it would give me the ore I'm probably going to need on the action, or not the ore, the QIC I'm going to need on the action phase. So yeah, I think we will go ahead. 4 ore, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 credits, and I'll upgrade this trading station to my Planetary Institute, which will give me 5 victory points, bringing me up to 15. Right, so that cleaned me completely out of ore. Right. I'm only on 1 planetary type right now. And I don't have the ore to fix that as of yet. But well, I think I'll use my foreknowledge. Question is, what part of the plan do I want to put in motion first? Because I think I'm going to need to be on the... navigation, Gaia Project, and AI tracks. So I think we'll start on the... Let's start on the Gaia Project track. So that'll give me... So the Gaia formers are things I've never actually done much with. So when you gain a Gaia former by advancing on the Gaia Project track, you'll actually take one of your Gaia formers, if I can ever stop dropping them, and putting them on your board. So the way you initiate a Gaia project, and I'm going to demonstrate that here since that'll be my second action, my action for this turn, I do have to spend a QIC cube to reach it. At least I'm pretty sure that's how it works. I'm almost certain I still have to spend the QIC to be able to reach the planet. I'll need another QIC later. Start a Gaia project. Yeah, follows the same rules as the build a mine power, or for the same as a build a mine action. So I'll point it out when we do the income phase, but I do have to move 6 power over to the Gaia area. But I'll take my Gaia former, if I can stop dropping it tonight. Good grief. Butterfingers tonight, but I'm going to this Transdim planet. I'll put my Gaia former down there, and then next turn during the Gaia phase, that planet will actually turn into a Gaia planet that I will be able to then inhabit. I'll still have to spend the extra QIC to be able to put a mine down on that planet. And with that, I think we're out. I think we're done for the round, so I'm going to return this booster and get... I'll take the one that gives me a point per Gaia planet and 4 credits on the income phase. So that will be the end of round 1. This booster is actually done. Or this round action tile. So we're done with round 1. The Automa didn't get any points from this one, so I can return that to the bag. Then we're into round 2, so let's move back down for the income phase. Income phase, I'll gain 1 knowledge, 3 ore, and I would get to charge 4 power, except all of my power right now is in the Gaia area, and I do get a QIC cube. I also get 4 credits for 2, 3, 4 from the round booster. Now, I normally blow through the Gaia phase because there's usually not anything happening in the Gaia phase, so I get to move my power back into bowl 1, and we'll see it when we move up to the board, but I'm going to actually bring my Gaia former back. Actually, no, I'm not going to bring my Gaia former back yet. I'll put a Gaia planet token out, though, and I'll leave my Gaia former on that. So let's go ahead and tip back up to the board. And you might be able to see here that where I put my Gaia former down last turn is actually now actually is a Gaia planet, and I've got my Gaia former on it. So when I take the action to build a mine there, then I can actually bring the Gaia former back to my board. But the Autumn is actually our first player this turn, so their first action will be to advance on a random track, one from the left. So they're going up the terraforming track, but they get no victory points for that. So my first action, I'm actually going to go ahead and get on the board here. 1, 2, 1, and the QIC cube, so I can have it. So I can put a mine down on this Gaia planet. Now I'm up to 5 structures. I haven't been paying attention to that. So I'm at 5. The Autumn is at 3. So now their next action. Wait. Okay, so they're not passing it, but this will become their support card. So their next action is they're taking a QIC action, blocking 4 from the left. So they'll block off the power action to gain 7 credits, and they'll gain 1 victory point, going up to 2. Then the Autumn is into their perpendicular section again, so they're potentially passing at the end of the round. Do I just start another Gaia project here and put that plan into motion? I think I do, actually. So I'll move my 6 power over to the Gaia area, and we'll start another Gaia project. And then the Autumn potentially is passing at this point. Let's see what they decide to do. They are passing again, so they're going to take the leftmost booster this time. They get 4 victory points for that, so they go up to 6. And they'll return this one. Let's see, so that, okay. Oop, come on. 1, 2, 3, let's turn that, 4, 5, 6, okay. So I'm just working on rebuilding the deck here. There is an argument to be made to upgrade the new mine I just put down to a trading station right away. Mostly so I can start getting some credit production as well during the income phase, because I'm going to need some of that. So I think I am going to act on that strategy. So I'll spend 3 credits and 2 ore to upgrade this mine to a trading station. And then, all right, so I put a cube there, and I'm on 2 different planet types. So the question now is, do I want to actually? Well, I'm out of ore, so I can't really do much of anything there. So I will have to pass, but I will gain a victory point for being on a Gaia planet. The Autumn I should have gotten. Oh, I gave them their 4 points already. And then what booster do I want? I think I'll just take the 2 credits and QIC again. I'm going to be probably working with that round booster a lot, but that is the end of round 2, so that can go back to... So that one can go back to the bag as well. Round 3 is up next, and we are all about putting mines on the board. So let's get into a new income phase. Income phase, I'll gain 3 ore. 5 credits, so I'll go up to 10. 1 knowledge. I get to cycle 4 power, except I don't have power to cycle. And another QIC cube. And then these will move back into bowl 1. And I'll put another Gaia planet down on this Transdim planet. I could probably put down a lot of mines. I could probably put down at least 2 mines this turn. Unless I decide I want to make a tile upgrade, and I might, but I'm getting a little ahead of myself there. So let's tip up to the board and see what the Autumn is doing. So they are still first player by virtue of passing first. So their first action is they're building a mine trying to get to a new planetary type within range 2, directional selection coming down from the top of the board. So I think... Alright, so within range 2, they could build there, 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 or there. That's an option for them as well. Yeah, those are all their options. So I believe it's by terraforming steps is the first. No, they're trying to get to a planetary type they haven't gotten to yet. So they haven't gotten to any of these planetary types yet. So now I think they look at fewest terraforming steps. So it's actually going to be this planet right here, because that only takes one terraforming step for them to get to. So that'll bring them up to 3 planetary types. And then they'll build a mine there and get 1 victory point, going up to 7. Let's see. I don't think they score on for the round action as well. Let me just double check that. I've assumed that they don't. So let me look here. The Automa passes. Yeah, like I said, I don't believe the number of VP. Gains VP according to Automa decision cards, not by achieving the condition on them. Okay, that's what I wanted to make sure of. Let's see, so coming back to my turn, well, I could set myself up. Actually, technically, if I wanted to, I could already form a federation right here, but I wouldn't have enough power to start any more Gaia projects if I did that. I could put out at least 2 mines this turn, though, and I think I will. So we'll spend 2 credits, an ore, and 1 of my QIC cubes to put a mine down on this Gaia planet that was newly completed as a Gaia project this turn. So for the Automa, this now becomes their support card, and then their new action is a faction action where they don't care about the planetary type. So their main tiebreaker right now is a planet closest to me, which I think, well, let's map it out. So it's within range 3. So where all can they build? So they can build here, 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 or here. Their tiebreaker is the planet closest to me. So they've got 2 that are adjacent, which are these 2. Next tiebreaker is, I believe the next tiebreaker is planet type requiring the fewest terraforming steps. So they both require 2. Directional selection is coming up from the bottom of the board, so they build on this white planet, which will give them 3 or 4 planetary types. So they're on 4. They'll build a mine here, which I'll get. So I'll get the mine there. Then they'll take a QIC action, 4 from the right, blocking off gaining 2 new power and 2 victory points. Then I can cycle a power for free off of that. I should have given myself 2 victory points for building a mine, but I think I did. So we'll spend 2 credits, an ore, and my last QIC cube to build a mine on this Gaia planet. And that will give me a total of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 structures. To the Automa's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I need to pay closer attention to that. Then I'll give myself another 2 victory points for building another mine, so I'm up to 18 now. Then the Automa is going to take a QIC action, 2 from the right, and gain 1 victory point. So they're up to 10, and they're taking an action to block off 3 victory points and 1 plus 1 per planet type you colonized for 2 QIC. What do I want to do here? I'm actually out of QIC cubes right now, so I can't reach this Gaia planet. Question here is, do I want to form a... Well, I'm going to have enough to do something with this trading station next turn. Unfortunately, I can't do anything with this, and with one ore, I think I have to pass. So I'll claim first player back. Now the question becomes, which one is more victory points? I think the Planetary Institute one is actually more victory points. So we'll return that. And the Autumn actually has free reign, but they're also into their perpendicular sections, so they're potentially passing. They are passing, and they'll take the round boost, the leftmost booster. Okay. So we'll rebuild the deck. Give that a shuffle, and the Automma will get 4 victory points, going up to 14. So they're catching up to me here. Come on. There we go. Okay, turn those 3 perpendicular. And then the mine victory point card or token can go back to the box. All right, round 4 is up next, and this round is all about trading stations, but let's move down to a new income phase. Income phase, we will get 5 ore going up to 6. 3 credits to go up to 9. We'll get to cycle 4 power for a change. We haven't done anything with the power yet. Get another QIC, and we get 1 more knowledge. Actually, we get to cycle a total of 8 power, so that was 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, which means I can actually do something with power if I want to, and I might. But let's move back up to the board and see what I'm doing. Well, the only problem with forming a federation right here is it cleans me out of power and stops me from starting any more Gaia projects. But I think I will go ahead and start with 3 credits. I think I was at 9, so 3 credits and 2 ore down to 4. I'll go ahead and upgrade this mine to a trading station and give myself another 3 victory points. So that'll bring me up to 22. Then the Automma's first action will be upgrading a mine to a trading station, coming down from the bottom of the board, or from the top of the board. So they would try to upgrade a trading station to a Planetary Institute, but they don't have a trading station out yet. So they're looking to upgrade a mine to a trading station, which they do have. They have this mine right here. Actually, no, I take that back. Coming down from the top of the board, they're actually going to upgrade this mine to a trading station. I was getting excited about being able to charge power off of that, but I don't get to do that. So the Automma gets 1 victory point for that, going up to 15. Now back to me. Question is, do I just go 5 and 3 to upgrade the... Do I just go 5 and 3 to upgrade the... right here? The trading station right here to a research lab? And then what tech tile do I take from that? That's a question. I could take the one that when I'm forming a federation lets my planetary institutes and academies count as 4 power, and then form a federation right here. And that gets me further up the Gaia Project track. I think I like that, actually. So we're going to spend 3 ore and 5 credits, both of which are going down to 1. I'll upgrade this trading station to a research lab. And then I will take the aforementioned tile that lets my planetary institutes and academies count as 4 power for forming federations. That'll force me up the Gaia Project track, but it'll also give me an additional 3 new power in... only 3. Into Bowl 1. So we'll put that down there. Let's see, that card's done. What is the Automa going to be doing next? So this is their new support card. Here's their new action. They're advancing on their highest track, which they haven't advanced on. Actually, they have advanced on the terraforming track, so they're up to level 2 on that one right now. And they get 1 victory points. They're up to 16. I'm at 21 right now. Yeah, I think we go ahead and we form a federation here. So I'll discard 1 power, which is all I need to discard. And I'll put a satellite down here because, hey, look at that. That's my federation. Because remember, with my Planetary Institute power, I only need 6 power to form a federation. And because I took the tech tile that lets my Planetary Institutes and academies count as 4 power, I've got enough power right here to form the federation. Now the question is, which round booster which federation token do I go for? I think we grab... I could go up on knowledge again and make my Gaia formers cheaper. The question now is, am I in a big hurry to get another Gaia former on the board? I kind of want to grab this. Part of me wants to grab this Transdim planet right here before the Automa goes for it. To do that, I need 2 more knowledge. I'd either need 2 more knowledge to get another Gaia to be able to get another Gaia former, or I just go for it with my next action, assuming it's still on the table for me. That is a good question. Well, I think I'll start by grabbing the 6 victory points and 2 knowledge. I'll sort the rest out later. So that gives me 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, bringing me up to 27, and 2 knowledge, bringing me up to 5. And then what is the Automa doing this turn? The Automa is going up on a random track, 2 from the left. They're going up on the navigation track, which I was thinking I was going to have to go up. What to do? I think I will spend my 4 knowledge. The question is, what track am I going up? Because if I go up on the Gaia Project track, I not only get another Gaia former, but it now costs me 4 power to initiate a Gaia project. On the other hand, going up either the AI or navigation tracks would give me another QIC cube, which I would need to habitate Gaia planets either way. I think I will go up. Plus, if I go up the Gaia Project track now, I get to charge 3 power off of that. So, which would give me access to a power QIC action, which I think I will take. So I'll get to charge 3 power, 1, 2, 3. Gives me my second Gaia former. And that's my turn. So now this becomes the support card. And the action card for the Automa is they're going to upgrade. They now have a trading station now, so they can upgrade that to their Planetary Institute. And they get 3 victory points, so they go up to 19. My turn, and I know now the Automa's in their perpendicular section. I think I will go ahead. Actually, first we'll spend 4 power. Which one do I want? I think I want the... I think I want the 7 credits. I'm having... So that'll bring me up to 8. I'm having a little more... I'm having more credit problems right now than I am ore problems. So I'm up to 2 knowledge. Then the Autumn is potentially passing. They're not passing. They're building a mine, trying to get to a new planet, range 2, and coming up from the bottom of the board. So if they're trying to get to a new planet type, they can build here, 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 or here. New planetary type is unfortunately going to be the, looks like, okay, 3A is, it's not being built by a faction action. So they care about, they care about the planetary type. So I think by default that is going to be here. And yeah, they will get the Gaia planet that I was trying to colonize. Oh well, it happens. I've got other options if I want that, though. So they'll get a mine there, get 1 victory point, and I'll spend 1 to charge 2 power. I've got a trading station right there, so I only get to charge power off of the biggest building I've got. But that does set me up next turn, potentially, to upgrade that mine to a trading station. I do need to keep an eye, though, on... I do need to keep an eye on trying to advance on the research track, though. This is not a particularly high-scoring game so far. What do I want to do here? Unfortunately, I think I'm pretty much tapped out at this point, so I have to pass. But that'll give me 4 victory points because I do have my Planetary Institute out, going up to 30. Then which scoring marker do which scoring tile do I want? I guess the question here is, do I think I'm upgrading to... I think I'm upgrading to at least 1 more trading state, or not trading station, 1 more research lab here. Question is, can I get another one? 1, 2, 3, 4. That would be 3 points for Gaia planets. Yeah, I think I probably will be able to upgrade to another research lab, and I'll be able to go up the I'll be able to go up the research track that way. And then the Automata is still potentially passing. Come on. There we go. They're not passing. They're taking a faction action to build a mine close to me. They'd be coming up from the bottom of the board. So close. So within range 3. Let's look what they've got. They've got this one, this one, this one. They've actually got a lot of places within range 3 they could build. Let's look here, 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 or here. They've got like I said, they've got a lot of places they could build a mine. But the tiebreaker is closest to me, so they have 2 planets adjacent to me. So everything else comes off the board, because none of those are options on the table. And then by directional selection coming up from the bottom of the board, they actually build over here. So they'll get a mine there. Also take a faction action, blocking 4 from the right, which I think that should have been there. and then they'll gain 2 victory points for that. I will spend 1 to charge 2 power, since I'll actually be able to do something with that next round. And then this would be the last round for the Automa. The only question here is, are they taking the action for the round? I'll get those tokens off the board as well, since they've built. They are not taking the action, so they will take the middle booster, which is one that I've used a lot this game. We'll rebuild the deck. The Automa gets 6 victory points. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I'm at 29, they're 1 behind at 28. So that will flip over. Live and learn, right? I had a plan to try to get that Transdim planet, but they got to it before I could. Sometimes that's just the way it goes, though. Anyway, round 5, I gave the Automa their 6 victory points already, so that can go back to the box. Round 5 now, and we're trying to advance on tracks. On the income phase, I get 4 ore, 3 credits, so go up to 11, 3 knowledge, so I go up to 5, cycle 4 power, and gain a QIC cube. Alright, so we'll tip the board back up. So we want to advance on tracks this turn, huh? Well, I'll pull those off the board. Let's start off with 4 knowledge, and I'll go up the navigation track. So I'll get another QIC cube, along with another 2 points. So 1, 2. Then the first action for the Automa is they're looking to advance on their highest track, which right now is the terraforming track. That could be a problem for me at the end of the game, and 1 victory point to go up to 29. Let's see, my turn. Let's spend 4 power to go ahead and get 2 ore, since I think that's probably what I'm going to need this round. So go up to 7. Then the Automa will take a faction action trying to build a mine, and I think they are going to build shortest distance to one of my planets. They've got that other oxide planet that's adjacent to me. So within range 3, that's adjacent to me on tiebreaker. So right. Yes. So they've got plenty within range 2. Yeah, I think they build right here. Take a QIC action 3 from the left, so they'll block off 7 credits. And they'll get 2 victory points. And then I'll cycle a power for free. Let's see, back to me. Well, I think we'll go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 1, 2, 3. I'll upgrade this trading station to a research lab. And what tile do I want here? I will take the let's take the one-time ore and QIC. So ore and a QIC. And what track do I want to go up? I will go up the navigation track, so I have range 2, and then it gives me another 2 victory points up to 32. And then for the Automa, building a mine. They don't care about either of the tiebreakers within range 2, coming up from the bottom of the board. So they've got plenty within range 2. See, so they've got that one, that one. This Gaia planet's in range for them. Right. Okay, so that should be everything where they can build. They're coming up from, what did we say, the bottom of the board? So they're actually building, actually that's, directional selection's actually last. So, requiring the fewest terraforming steps. So this one requires 1. This one requires 3, 2, 2, 1, 2, 3. So it's going to be one of those two. Directional selection there says they're building on this Gaia planet right here, which is unfortunate because I was eyeing grabbing that mine, or grabbing that planet next round. They get 1 victory point for that. I will spend 1 to charge 2 power. Let's see, back to me. That actually opens me up to upgrade these 2 mines to trading stations. Plus I've got this one that I can still upgrade as well. I do have range 2, so that kind of opens up my options a little bit. Question is, can I advance up the... The question is, will I be able to advance up the navigation track 2 more times? Because what I'm eyeing doing that is if I can advance up the research track 2 more times, or not, the navigation track 2 more times, I can get to these Gaia planets free of charge, basically, and soak up 8 victory points doing that. But, I mean, well, I can advance 1 more time. The only problem right now is I'm only on 2 planetary types, so that 2 knowledge isn't going to be that good right now. I could form a federation, but I would need I'm gonna need to dump a lot of power to do that. I'm gonna need 1, 2, 3, 4. Actually, I only need 4 power to do it. And take another 2 knowledge. That's not a bad idea either. Well, while I think about doing that, let's go ahead and spend 3 ore and 5 credits. That'll bring me down to 1. Actually, hold on. Before I do that, so 6 and 5, I need to go 2 and 3 to upgrade one of these mines to a trading station. The only problem is I'm basically going to clean myself out of ore doing this. But it might still be worth it, because that will get me another research lab on the board, which is another 3 points. Then the Automa is taking a QIC action, 4 from the right. So they're blocking off 2 power and gaining 3 victory points, going up to 35. My turn. Unfortunately, now I'm short on credits to upgrade this trading station to a research lab. That's unfortunate, but I can probably still leave myself reasonably set up to potentially get to these 2 Gaia planets like I was eyeing next turn. Unless I go ahead and form a federation now, and that's actually not a terrible idea. So, yeah, I think we'll do that. I think we'll dump 4 power. Let me just make sure this works before I do that. I've got to remember 3 of those power are still in Bull 2 in case I can't make this work. But I'm pretty sure I can. That's 2, 3, and then I need... It's a little overkill, but it'll work. So, yeah, I'll dump So I'll dump 4 power there. And then that forms a federation. Which token do I want now? Oh, I forgot I got the 4 QIC available to me. So that's a possibility as well. But I think I'll take the... I don't think I'm getting to the top of a track, so I don't need to worry about being able to flip a Federation token. Do I just take 12? No, actually, I think what I do here is if I want to upgrade to another research lab this turn, I'm going to need credits to do that. So I'll take 7 victory points and 6 credits. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, go up to 39, and 6 credits to bring me up to 9. And the Automa is not in their perpendicular section yet, but they will be after this card. Trying to upgrade, they've got plenty of mines to trading stations they can still upgrade, so they'll actually upgrade this mine to a trading station, and they'll get 1 victory point for it. Let's see, my turn. And I think now that I kind of dodged the bullet, I'll go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 3 ore to upgrade this trading station to a research lab. And that'll, well, I will get 2 victory points, but I'm deciding what tile I want to take. I think I will take the straight 7. Do I want the 7 victory points, or do I want the... Yeah, I think I do. I think I want the 7 victory points. That'll bring me from 39 to 46, and I'll go up on the navigation track, which will let me cycle 3 power and give me another QIC. Which I'm trying to get somewhat set up for the last round of the game, because my mine... Unfortunately, my mine production is going to be a little, well, maybe not limited. I can probably put down 3... I can probably put down 3 mines on Gaia planets this round, but let's worry about what the AI is doing. They're potentially passing. They're not. They're going up in their highest track, which will be the terraforming track. Let's see, then for my turn, I guess the question now is, am I passing? And with no ore left, I think I am passing. But I will gain 9 victory points, so that'll bring me from 46 to 55. And then which booster do I want here? Let's see, it's going to take me... Yeah, I can probably make this work. So I'm going to take the round booster. That'll give me 4 credits and 1 point, 4 credits on income and 1 point per Gaia planet when I pass. And then the Automa is potentially passing. They're not. They're going up in a track 2 from the left. So they're going up on the navigation track, not getting any victory points. This is their last card, so the only question is if they're taking the action. They are not, so they'll take the leftmost booster, return this one. The Automa will get 4 victory points. They'll go up to 40. Last card for them. All right. We'll turn those sideways. I gave the Automa their 4 victory points. We'll get that into the box. And then our last round is all about putting mines on Gaia planets. Income phase, I will gain 3 ore, which is not a lot. Cycle of power, gain another QIC cube. Gain 4 credits, so I go up to 8. And 4 knowledge, 4 knowledge, going up to 4. And we'll tip back toward the board. So there's definitely no point to starting Gaia projects now, because they will never finish for the game. But what I think I will do is I'll set myself up so I can reach this Gaia planet first thing first. So I'll spend my 4 knowledge and go up on the navigation track. So now my range is 3. I'm gambling that once again I'm not going to miss out on that Gaia planet right there. So for the Automa, their first action is a faction action. Okay, I think I dodged a bullet here a little bit. So they're building a mine within range 3, but within range of one of my planets. Shortest distance to one of my planets. So they can build here. All right, I'm going to look at anything within like range 2 or 3 of any of my planets. I don't think I have anything adjacent though. So they're within range 3, but they're trying to crowd my planets out. So okay, I think I've got everything. Actually, 1, 2, 3. They could get here too. And I think this is actually where they build, because I think that's the only space. Yep. That looks to be the only space where they're adjacent to me. So they'll build on that orange planet. QIC 1 from the left. I'll get their mine, get their 2 points, and I don't have power left to cycle. Okay, so with a range of 3, now I got to go for this Gaia planet right away. So I'll spend a QIC cube to make it habitable, but I'll hit that Gaia planet and I'll get 4 victory points. So that'll bring me up to 59. Then for the Automa, they're building a mine within range. They don't care about either scoring tile. Range 2 coming up from the bottom of the board. So within range 2 is here. And I do need to remember that Gaia planets only take 1 step. So it might actually have been this Gaia planet that I missed out on, but I doubt it. Let's see, within range 2 from them, there's a lot they can actually potentially build on. You could build there. Actually, I take that back. If they care about fewest terraforming steps, they're actually going to be building up here, because that's no terraforming steps. Actually, no, they can't build anyway, so they'll actually have to take an upgrade action instead. Never mind that, I'm a derp on that. Okay, so they have to take an upgrade action, which means they're upgrading from the bottom of the board still, which means they'll upgrade this mine to a trading station, get, what is that, 1 victory point, so they'll go up to 43, and then I don't have any power to cycle there. Let's see, then I will spend another 2 credits, an ore, and another QIC to build a mine on this Gaia planet, which will give me another 4 victory points. So that'll bring me up to 1, 2, 3, 4. That'll bring me up to 64. And I have a total of, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 structures on the board. To the Automa is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So we're tied for second on that one. And I'm getting my clock cleaned on the types of planets colonized. Let's see, for the Automa, advancing on a random track, 4 from the left, or 4 from the right, I should say. 1, 2, 3, 4. And they get 2 victory points. 1, 2. Let's see, then for my turn, we'll go 2 credits, an ore, and another QIC cube I'll place on this Gaia planet, and I'll get another 4 victory points for that. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Then the Automa is advancing on their highest track, which means they just take the advanced tech tile from the terraforming track. If they advance again, they will go up to level 5, but they'll just return the Federation token to the box. For my turn, I wish I had one more QIC so I could take a tile, but I don't. Well, I think the best I can do then is just score a Federation token again? I think so. See, I'll spend my 3 QIC. Actually, hold on. Before I do that, I can spend 4 power if there's something I think will be particularly useful. Let's see. 4 power doesn't really do much for me right now. I think the only thing it does really is give me extra resources toward endgame scoring at the end of the game, which still might not be a bad thing, really. So I'll spend 4 power, and I'll take 7 credits. So that'll bring me up to 9. Looking at the Automa, they're taking a QIC action, 3 from the left, and gaining 3 victory points. So 1, 2, 3, and up to 48. Let's see, then coming back to me, I could spend QIC as ore if I wanted to, but I don't know how much that really helps me right now. Not particularly. So I think I might as well just spend the 3 QIC cubes to rescore a Federation token. I'm going to rescore my 7 victory points and 6 credits. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 6 credits to go up to 15. I'm expecting that I'm going to be needing to pass here pretty soon. So the Automa is going up in their highest track again, and they will advance to the top of the terraforming track, which will return the Federation token to the box. And they'll get 1 victory point for that, going up to 49. Then as for me, I think, with no ore, I think I do have to pass. But I will get 1, 2, 3, 4... Wait, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, yeah, 6 victory points for colonizing 6 Gaia planets, which brings me up to 80. Then the Automa's the Automa's got run of the table here, but they're potentially claiming end of game. They are claiming end of game, so we kind of got away with one there. So that is the end of the game. Let's go right into final scoring. The Automa should have gotten 2 victory points from the round action tile to go up to 51. Right now, I'm at 80. We'll see how long that lead holds. It probably won't hold for long. But that is the end of the game, so we're into endgame scoring. On the planet types, the Automa tied the... Let me just double check that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5... Yeah, 5 planet types for the Automa. The dummy player was at 5. I only got on to 2. So the Automa will actually get 15 points, going from 51 to 66. I will get 6 going up to 86. And the next one was structures. I had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I actually had 10 structures. The Automa had, that's off the board, out of my head, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So we tied on 10, which means we get 9 victory points apiece. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So the odd one's at 75. I'm at 95, and I think we're gonna wash out on research scoring. We're both at the odd one got to 5 on the terraforming track, so they get 12 victory points, going from 75 to 87. I got to 4 on navigation and 3 on Gaia Project, so I get 12 as well, which takes me from 95 to 107. And then for resource points, I had 15 credits left at the end of the game, so that gives me another 5 victory points. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And that is Gaia Project. So the Xenos have defeated the Taklons by a final score of 112 to 87. That was actually a bit of a nail-biter. I probably could have scored more if I wouldn't have deployed the Gaia planet strategy that I did. It definitely worked out for me in round 6, so I will definitely take relief on that front. But that will do it for this playthrough of Gaia Project. Sunday, we're starting off Pandemic Month with Star Wars The Clone Wars. And then next week on Wednesday, we're going to debut a new game on the channel as we play the Hunters from GMT Games. Thank you for watching the video. Please give the video a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel. Be sure to turn on notifications so you get my content. Be well, stay safe, take care of yourselves and your loved ones, and I'll be back with more videos in the future. Until then, take care everyone.